Hi everybody, this is Lainey from Hilltop Home Place. It's very windy today, but I wanted to do a quick video to show you something that I'm going to learn today. I'm going to show you kind of something I'm learning to make money off of YouTube without actually making money off of YouTube. I don't make any money off of YouTube yet because my channel's not monetized. However, that doesn't mean you can't make some money off of YouTube, because I need to do something for my car. And what I did was I just Googled it on YouTube and looked up on YouTube to see how it was done. And I found a video. There was a guy that showed a video for my make and model car and showed me how to do this. And by doing it myself, I'm going to save over $100. Let me show you what it is. I need to change the engine filter in my car. This is the engine filter. And I need to change the cabin air filter in my car. I took my car to the dealership the other day to get them to check a little issue with what I thought was the wiring on my headlight. I've been having trouble with my headlight lately, and I could wiggle the cord every now and then and get it to come back on, but I finally got to the point to where I couldn't wiggle the cord to come back on. So I had already went to the Napa place and bought me some extra headlight, you know, the little bulbs. And so I had tried to put one in my car, but it still didn't work. So that's why I went to the dealership place. I'm trying to fix some of these things on my own so that I'm not always having to run to somebody else to get them to fix my car and to pay them for it. Well, while I was there at the dealership that day, they said the light wasn't working, but it wasn't the wire. I just needed a new bulb. And I told them, I said, well, I had just put a new bulb in it. And they said, well, that one doesn't work. It's got a little black splash and it looks like it's already kind of popped. And they showed it to me and it did. And they said, it's not working. For $108, they'd be glad to put me another bulb in. I said, wait a minute, I have another bulb behind the passenger seat of the car. I said, just get that out of there, and if you don't mind, pop it in, or if not, I'll pop it in the parking lot. I said, I've got my own bulb, I don't need a bulb. Now I know there's all kinds of places you can price things, but I bought 3 of my headlight bulbs. I just decided to go on and get 3 and to keep some behind the passenger seat. I bought 3 for $50. They wanted $108 to put 1 in. Put 1. The $50 I paid was with tax. I would have been paying $108 plus tax. I would have been paying about $118 for 1 bulb at the dealership. So I saved myself money by buying those at the Napa place and having them in my car, so I didn't need the one from the dealership. But I didn't learn that on YouTube. My uncle showed me how to change my headlight, so I learned that at home. But while they had my car there, I did let them go ahead and change my oil. I needed an oil change. I was way over. So while they were changing my oil, we went off site. They gave us a little loaner car, and I took my husband and we went off site to run some errands. And while I was running the errands, I got a text saying, we changed, you know, your oil change is going to be so much, but your cabin air filter is dirty. It needs to be changed. $69.95. Your engine filter is dirty. It needs to be changed. $69.95. Now in the past, I've paid those prices. Not all the time. Sometimes I'll do things when they have specials, like an engine oil filter for $20 if you're getting an oil change or whatever, and I do specials. But there have been times in my life I just said, sure, go ahead and put the filter in, and I've paid that $69.95. Well, those days I'm hoping are over. I told my husband, before I answer that email back, I'm going to get on YouTube and see if I can find a video that shows how to change my cabin air and my engine filters for my car. And I did. I found one just really quick, and when he showed how to do it, to me there's not a lot to it. The engine filter looks pretty darn simple. The cabin air is a little bit more involved because you actually have to pop your glove compartment out. That might give me some trouble, but the engine filter looked really easy. So I decided today that I'm going to try this, because if just looking on YouTube and finding a video can save me $100, where I'm getting that figure from is 70 bucks times 2 is 140. I went to my Napa place near me and I bought both filters. I also got a Coke and a bag of peanuts, and the grand total of it all with tax was $40. Looking on my invoice, I think I paid $17.99 or something for the filters. I would have to look again, but basically I paid under 20 bucks for both filters, tax included. So I'm extremely happy about that, and I'm going to try to go by what I saw on those videos and do this today, and I've made myself $100. I'm kind of over giving other people money when there's something I can learn to do myself. This isn't technically a homesteading video, but I can tell you what, if you can free up cash and you can start keeping your money instead of giving it to other people, especially if you're a woman like myself who has never done this, who has always just been sitting in my car, letting someone else change my oil, telling me what's dirty, telling me what's need changing, kind of making you feel bad if you don't go ahead and do it, ma'am. Ooh, I would go ahead and do it. That's how they talk to you. And so you end up doing it and you pay for it. But if you're like me and you've been doing this your whole life or your adulthood, you can really pocket some money, and then you can turn around and use that money for something else. Like, for instance, I've got to go back to the co-op and get more lime. I ran out of my lime I was using this morning, and I need a whole lot more. So I'm going back to get 3 bags of lime. I guarantee you what I'm saving on doing this is paying for that lime. So when you look at it that way, when you look at it as far as saving yourself money that you can apply back into your gardening, your homesteading, your animals, your feed, whatever it is you're doing, it makes so much sense to learn to do it yourself. This isn't a technical thing because I don't know any terminology about doing this, but I'm just going to kind of show you where these filters are located, and I'm going to kind of show you whether it was easy for me to do or not. So I'm going to get over myself and get over my fear, and we're going to get on with this. Okay, what you do is just go on YouTube and Google engine and cabin air filter changes for your make and model of your car. I'm sure somebody out there has changed it for the kind of car you have. For mine, I found out that this little section right here is where my engine filter is. You lift up these clamps and this just separates, and you pull your filter out and you put your new one in and you clamp it back. If it's that simple, I'm embarrassed that I've paid people to do this for me for this long. Okay, I'm going to pull these little clamps up, and then you just kind of pull this apart gently. I've got it apart, I just got trying to get a hold of my air filter. Okay, I got it. Okay, you pull it out. I'm going to leave it sitting here for a second because I want to make sure when I get the other one out of the box and bring it over here that I have it facing the same way and everything. I want to be able to look at this one and make sure that what I'm bringing over here is going to face the same way. So let me grab that real quick. I got both of these from the Napa place, but this one says Pro Select. My cabin air filter says Bosch. Okay. So I just wanted to make sure that I lined it up the same way. I don't guess there's a top or bottom to that. I don't know. It all looks the same. Okay, so I'm going to set that right there. I'm going to gently pull this one out, just throwing it on the ground. It's a little tight feeling as you're trying to get it in the bottom. Oh, I see why. Okay. I see. Okay. It's like you're threading a needle with this thing. It doesn't give you but just what you need to get it in. Okay. I got it in. Let me make sure it looks like it's all right. Looks perfect to me. Okay. Okay. Snap that back. Now to me, that was not $50 worth of work to pay somebody else to do. That was pretty darn easy. I may be eating my words when I do this cabin air filter, but that's another mountain I'll climb. Even if all I save is $50, because this is the only one I can really do very easily, I've saved $50. $50. So let me go look at my cabin air filter. Let me clean out my glove compartment, I guess, and then I'm gonna have to pop that out to change that filter. So here we go with that. Now, what you have to do is you have to pop your glove compartment out. You have to pop it out. I'm gonna stop because I need to go back and look at that video. I haven't looked at it in over a week. There may be some little tricks to getting these little things off of there. I'm gonna go check that out real quick and then come back to you, and we're gonna try to pop this thing out. I want to give credit to the YouTube channel that helped me so much. It's called 1A Auto. For little things like this, why not just go to some of these channels, watch their videos? That's what they do, and they explain it simply and easily so that you can do it at home by yourself. And it helped me a lot, and I think I'm going to be able to do both of these. Okay, I think I can do this. This little side has what looks like a little hinge here. The guy called it a damper. You just kind of pull that off. It pops off. Both of these are plastic. It's not hard to pop off. So I'm going to kind of move that out of the way. Now, you have to pull on the inside of this side and the inside of that side of your glove compartment. You got to kind of pull it this way so that it'll drop down, because it's kind of snapped into place with some little rubber hinges. That was a little bit, I tried it already and I wasn't really successful, but I'm going to try it again filming and we're going to see what happens. Okay, I feel like that one's out. Oh, that one's out too. Okay, well that went easier. It didn't go good when I had the camera off. Okay, so right inside my glove compartment, that oblong rectangle there is my cabin air filter. I have to push these two little things down to kind of pull it out. I'm gonna set my camera down real quick to do that. But basically, instead of just pulling it straight out, you kind of have to push those little plastic things toward each other, and then it'll let loose and you can pull it out. And then I'll show you what it looks like. Let's see if it's filthy or not. We'll see. Let me say that I clicked it and it pulled off with no trouble. That was no trouble at all. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty dirty. I imagine they've seen dirtier. I was telling one of our friends about this, and he said, cabin air filter. He said, I've never changed a cabin air filter in my life. So mine surely is not the dirtiest they've ever seen. But this is it. The whole piece is your filter. He said to look up in here and make sure you don't have any leaves or anything, which I don't see any. I guess as far as cabin air pockets go, it looks all right. The filter from the Napa place for my car was a Bosch. They probably just carry whatever brands, but so I have multiple brand filters here, but that doesn't matter. I'm gonna take it out of the box and we're just gonna push it back in. It goes in really easy. I wanna point out something. On the video, the guy said they'll show you an up arrow. So you put that side up, which is my dirty side, and you push it in. Well, when I opened my Bosch box, there is nothing on this one. It's just plain. It doesn't have an up arrow, push words or anything. So that's okay. I can look at it though and tell that this side needs to go up, because this side looks completely different than that. That one has the filter to the top of the filter. So looking at it sideways, you can see your filter is to the top and the space is to the bottom. So I know that on my Bosch filter, my filter needs to go up and the space is to the bottom. So I'm gonna click that in here. Y'all, that wasn't nothing but easy. That's a shame that I've been paying $69.95 for filters before. So once you start shutting it, it clicks back in place. I've got my car dirty doing all this, but it's done. That is so easy. I can tell you that if I wasn't filming and having to put my camera at different angles and having to try to hold on to my camera or angle this little stand, the whole thing would have taken me 10 minutes. I could have changed that first one in 5 minutes and this glove compartment in 5 minutes. So everybody, men, women, young people, learn how to do some of this stuff on your own. I cannot believe what I've been paying to have someone else do this for me. I can go out now with the money I've saved and buy my lime. If I wanted to, I could go ahead and buy me 2 or 3 more filters to have on hand and just put them back for when I need them later. You can do a lot with the money you save. So you don't have to necessarily be earning money on your YouTube channel to kind of earn money on YouTube. by going to some of these videos and just finding out how to do things. It's opening up a whole new world to me. I wish y'all the best of luck with anything you try to do, and just be safe and everything, but you know what? Give it a whirl. See if you can do a few things by yourself, as long as it shows on there that it's something that you're capable of without a lot of specialized equipment or anything. And neither of these things took any tools. No screwdrivers, no nothing. This is Lainey at Hilltop Home Place. Thank y'all so much for joining me, and I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.